Welcome to Empires Through the Ages, where the echoes of history still speak. From world-changing conquerors and lost kingdoms to legendary battles and untold lives, we uncover the forces that shaped civilizations, step into the past, and discover how empires rose to power and why they ultimately fell.
In the year 70 AD, one city stood defiant against the greatest military machine the ancient world had ever known: Jerusalem. Behind its walls, starving civilians, rival factions, and a sacred temple believed to be protected by God himself. Outside those walls, 4 Roman legions, siege engines, and a general determined to make an example the world would never forget. This is the story of Rome's wrath and the fall of the Second Temple. Judea had long been a volatile province of the Roman Empire. Heavy taxation, religious tension, and brutal governors pushed the population to the brink. In 66 AD, rebellion finally erupted. Roman garrisons were slaughtered. Imperial standards were burned. For Rome, this was unforgivable. The Emperor Vespasian was dispatched to crush the revolt. But when he became emperor himself, the final task fell to his son, Titus Flavius. Jerusalem would be the final prize. By the time Titus arrived in 70 AD, Jerusalem was already dying. 3 Jewish factions fought one another inside the city walls. Food supplies were destroyed by rivals. Law and order collapsed. While Rome prepared its siege, Jerusalem tore itself apart. The historian Josephus, an eyewitness, would later write that the city was doomed not just by Rome, but by its own internal hatred. Titus surrounded the city with nearly 60,000 Roman soldiers. They built siege towers. They raised earthen ramps. When defenders struck back, Roman discipline held firm. Then came the ultimate act of terror. The Romans constructed a circumvallation wall, a ring of earth and timber completely enclosing Jerusalem. No one in, no one out. Starvation followed. Josephus describes famine so severe that families fought over scraps, and unspeakable acts were committed just to survive. At the heart of Jerusalem stood the Second Temple, one of the most magnificent religious structures of the ancient world. Titus reportedly wished to spare it, but during the chaos of battle, a Roman soldier hurled a flaming torch into the temple complex. Fire spread rapidly. Gold melted and ran between the stones. Roman soldiers pried the ruins apart to retrieve it, fulfilling a grim prophecy that not one stone would be left upon another. The temple burned. For Judaism, this was a spiritual catastrophe. For Rome, it was total victory. When Jerusalem finally fell, the aftermath was horrific. Ancient sources claim hundreds of thousands were killed. Tens of thousands more were enslaved. The survivors were paraded through Rome. Temple treasures, including the menorah, were displayed in triumph. To this day, they are carved into the Arch of Titus, standing in Rome as a monument to conquest and destruction. The siege of Jerusalem marked the end of Judea as an independent force. The temple was gone. The Jewish world was forever changed. And Rome sent a chilling message to all its provinces: defy the empire, and Rome will erase you. This was not just a battle. It was the wrath of an empire, unleashed. If you want to understand how empires rise, rule, and destroy, subscribe to Empires Through the Ages, because history isn't just about the past. It's a warning written in stone.